Hey, it's Big Jeff with another unboxing.
This way you can see it before you buy it.
We're doing more and more of these lately, so you can see the product before you even buy the product. They're not just some pictures, but we open it up, we go over some of the fine points, good and bad. Make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment at the end, let me know if it's done good or bad, or if you'd like to do something different in the future. And always hit the notification bell. That'll let you know every time we have a new video out. And if you do notice, depending on how you're viewing, I know it's sometimes hard, like on a phone, but we always put up different organizations that you can donate to. And even you can donate $2 or $5, it helps out. This video, we're gonna be trying to reach out for the breast cancer awareness. I believe in that very strongly. I think we have $100-something on there now, but if you could, $2, it all adds up. So without further ado, we're talking about Kicker today. Yes, Kicker. This is a 6.5-inch 4-ohm component set. Now, what is there between coaxial and component? Well, one is that the tweeter is attached and one that isn't. And in most cases, like this component set, you actually get a passive crossover network where you can actually separate the driver and the tweeter, where a coaxial usually just puts like a little capacitor on there, which works, but this is much better. This set is not the cheapest, but not the most expensive. Right now on bigjeffaudio.com, it is $249.99. And I'm going to explain to you why. Now, we always talk about Kicker and what kind of company they are. Kicker, no matter who you buy it from, as long as they're authorized, and we are an online authorized Kicker dealer, you can get warranties through them, tech support through them, box building information to them. In fact, when we open this up, there's normally a card that says, hey, if you have a problem, contact us first before the retailer. And they do that because they want to try to come up with a solution or fix the problem. So without further ado, let's look at this thing. The part number is a 51KSS6504. This has a 1-inch tweeter, 6.5-inch driver. It is 4 ohms together. Man, let me explain this. Recommended amplifier power, 15 to 125 watts RMS. Why 15? Well, they actually designed these to work with a factory radio, and you're lucky to get 15 watts out of those. But if you do put an amplifier on there and you give it over a true 100 watts, these things will come alive. And we will hear that later in this video. Sensitivity is 90 dB, frequency response is 35 hertz, 21 kilohertz. The high pass is 12 dB at 4,000 hertz. Low pass, none, because these aren't subwoofers. This thing is pretty cool. First thing I always like to tell people and notice, they put a lot of money into the boxing, and to me, I like to keep my box. One, you should for warranty, but two, I think if a company puts that money into the box, you're gonna open it up and see quality inside the box. Another thing, and let's just turn on the Big Jeff cam, which is a new item here.
Big Jeff cam activated.
As you can see on the back of the box, they give you specs here. Normally there are cutout patterns inside the box, and we're gonna get to that. All right, Big Jeff cam. All righty then. All right, as I said, the first thing you see is this big stop sign right there. And I will read it out to you. Please do not return product to the store. That would be us. Kicker tech support can assist you. Call us at 1-800-256-KIT. They do that because they want you to work through them, and most of the time, they will get you taken care of very quickly. So will we, but if you could deal with Kicker directly, or even if you had an older item and they were to update you into a newer item, I would go there first. So let's open this thing up. Let me screw around here, get me an old knifer. All right, and I am gonna gently open these up. And normally these that are boxed open, because we're doing a video, I will normally sign it, not because I think I'm famous, but just so you know, this was used in a video and is perfectly new. So as I can tell you, the packaging is incredible, and we're gonna pull everything out and then push the packaging to the side. So yes, first thing you notice is it does come with grills. Now, depending on your application, you might not be able to use grills if your speakers are mounted behind a panel, but you do have the option. Another cool thing is The grills can also be painted. So that is plastic, and then you have mesh. Now, let's turn that big Jeff cam back on. And if you could see that, that is a nice looking speaker. This is beautiful round, though I wouldn't say waterproof, but they can definitely take moisture and humidity. They do have the bullet, which most people like, and the bullet is there to direction. Basically, music is waved. It's there. This does get you a higher frequency range when you get speakers with bullets. On the back, it's pretty simple, but if you noticed here, another cool thing, they actually have this cut out. So when you run the wire, if there's actually a mounting tab on here, put the tweeter back on and make it a coaxial, you can run the wire through there and in the hole, and you wouldn't even see it. So that is a really cool option that we're gonna get to. So right away, if you notice, we got a really nice looking driver here. Okay, let's go back to what we got in the other box. There is a ton of products in here, and I'm gonna get right to one that I think most companies should do but don't. This here is a ring to fit multiple applications, and then in the middle is made for that 6-inch driver. There is all these tabs on here that you can break off to fit if you have like a 6.75 location or the way the screw holes mount up. They have so many different patterns that I don't think there's any car that this wouldn't just snap into, screw in, and then mount the speaker, where you would normally have to go to a car audio store to have something custom made. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about the price of Kicker. Then we go in there, they even supply you with butt connectors, not some cheesy little screws, nice long ones. And then for the tweeter, you can basically do a flush mount or a surface mount. They give you multiple applications. And I'm gonna pull the tweeter out. Ooh, they even have where if you have to mount this, say on a dash, you can drill a hole, screw this in, and have the tweeter basically angled at you. So many different installation ways, and that's what really separates Kicker from the rest. I mean, no matter how you want to mount this driver and or this tweeter, they give you the parts for it, which is really cool. Okay, so going back to our thing here, I'm gonna pull out this crossover. And I don't want to destroy the bag, so let's use the knife or the blade. Okay, so first thing you want to notice, the box is really not that big, okay? And then they give you wire, which is your input, and wire coming out. And then you will definitely want to read the directions because there is a switch here, and I'm guessing that would be the positive dB if you wanted more or less right here. This is really cool. It is encased, and then you could either screw this in. There's 2 screw holes that you can come in from the inside, or you could just use some tape. Let's turn the big Jeff cam back on, and I want you to see something that you don't see in a lot of these crossover networks. So you actually have these fuses in here that are made to blow before the speaker and tweeter does. So if something wasn't working, that's why you want to call Tweeter. They can say, hey, take a look and see if these things are still intact. This is made to blow up before you hurt the product. So you don't see that a lot in most brands, and Kicker really goes to the extent. You can see it's not that big, and it definitely is not that thick. So you can basically mount this anyway. Okay, let's go back to what we're talking about here. So you got the crossover, and then you have this little 1-inch tweeter, but you have multiple applications on how to either flush mount it, surge mount it, or even that little pod, which people even buy these pods online. It comes with it. I mean, how much better does that get? So let's open this out. All right. Now, the other thing I want you to notice is on the end of the speaker wire, they actually have like a female and male spade, which then plugs directly into here, so you don't have to cut any wire. And they give you butt connectors even to run this to your factory speaker wire, or if you ran new speaker wire, they give you the butt connectors to do that. But for the driver and the speaker, they give you what you need just to plug it in. And it looks like they give you a good amount of wire here. I hate to open this up. It's marked tweeter, but I'm just curious. So just under 3 feet of wire, plus probably 6 inches of wire on the tweeter for you to plug it in. to go directly from the crossover. Obviously, if you need to extend it from there, you could, but always good to leave the tweeter close as possible to the driver if it's a match, meaning if you're adding a second tweeter, that could go somewhere else to help you with imaging and staging. What is imaging and staging? Well, back in the days when I started car audio, it wasn't about how loud you were, it's how good it is. And people used to get in cars, close your eyes, lean back, and it should sound like it was coming from the center of the car, the center of the dash, like you were watching it live. That's imaging and staging. Imaging and staging is very important for sound quality. Now, can these be used just to get loud? Hell yeah, Kicker is coming for that. But people are mostly buying this type of speaker when they want to really hear their music. So you can see I'm just plugging this in, very simple. They make it that simple. Ooh, careful of the blade. And then the same thing on the driver. And what I'm gonna do, because you guys love to hear this stuff, I'm gonna go take it over to our new test bench and we're gonna put some music through this and let's see what we have. I'm gonna leave the crossover box off and let's go take a look at it.
Let's put it to the test.
Okay, if you're watching now, we're at the Big Jeff test bench. First thing I need to do is get us some music. So we're gonna turn the power on our radio and then let's go ahead and get some power going to the amplifier. We're gonna turn this down and we have some tracks here saved. And then I'm gonna show you how easy this is to just hook up from your car. And yes, these are marked with a stripe. Always make sure that you don't have one in phase and out of phase. Very, very important. Okay, let's get some music going here. Now we're running about less than 100 watts per channel. Whoa! Now, what you can hear here is when I flip the switch, it does change the tone of the tweeter. So that is a, probably I'll have to look up in the manual, but usually it might be plus or minus dB. But this is super clear with just less than 100 watts, right under the RMS rating. This thing screams. I'm going to go ahead and play it one more time. And let me grab some to put the speaker on so you don't hear the slapping of the wood, because there is a huge amount of excursion here and a huge amount of mid-bass being freer, which blows my mind. I can't imagine what this would sound like actually in a door. So let's play some more. The other thing you might not be able to notice in the video I'm covering the tweet is there's still a huge spectrum of frequencies coming out of the speaker, and that is just an add-in. That is incredible, the frequency response on this driver, that the tweeter just accents, it doesn't take it over. Really cool. Let's go back over to our bench here. Let's do, so for $250, one, you have some incredible sounding speakers with a beautiful crossover network. And then when you get the option of all the ways you can mount this in pretty much any vehicle, and also all the ways you can mount the tweeter, $250 is a great deal, including with the warranty that you get from Kicker. So definitely I'm going to give this, I'm going to start rating stuff, 10 being top of the line and 0 being I would put in my own vehicle. I'm going to give this a 7 for overall sound quality and just for an everyday listener, this year will make you happy for sure. You can get these on our bigjeffaudio.com site, and they are $249.99. And as always, please like, share, and comment on the video, and subscribe if you haven't done already, if you're a new person. And take a look. Maybe you can give $2 or $5 or even more to breast cancer awareness on our YouTube videos. And check out Big Sound by Big Jeff podcast. We do them every Tuesday. And it's a time where you get to talk to people you've never talked to or even new to talk to. Manufacturer owners and techs and social media. And we even have DJs on there. We have competitors on there. Check us out Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. We actually play those through our Facebook and YouTube, Big Jeff Audio, and our YouTube, Big Sound by Big Jeff. Listen, this was another great unboxing. I'm Big Jeff from bigjeffaudio.com, 737-BIG-JEFF, easy number to remember. You can text us, WhatsApp us, chat with us, email us, everything at info@bigjeffaudio.com. Until the next unboxing, I'll see you soon.